Last night, I think I got more than my money's worth from a casting director workshop, and it had nothing to do with the acting. Good morning. This is the Daily, the morning report from Working Actor NYC. This is your spot for real life stories, strategies, and lessons you can use in your acting career. So let me know what you're working on in your acting career. Good morning, friends. Can I tell you the biggest mistake that actors make when they go to casting director workshops? They think they're there to get the scene right. That is a missed opportunity. All right, let me take you through this. Last night I did a casting director workshop with veteran industry legend Kim Misha. This was a workshop that had been set up for returning students. So we had all been in class with Kim before. In those previous classes, Kim had assigned scenes to us based on what she could learn from our profiles, the headshot and resume that we posted. She assigned scenes to us from that. This class was different. This was a class where, because we had worked with her before, we were invited to bring in our own scenes. And everybody did almost, there were only 9 of us presented last night, and almost everybody did really good work. I think there was one scene where I thought, it wasn't quite at the same level as the rest of us. And I think I did good work too. And the traditional format for these casting director workshops is that you do your scene, the casting director gives you an adjustment, and then you do the scene again based on that adjustment, right? I have to be honest and say that I went into this casting director workshop with a slightly different agenda. My goal with that last night's casting director workshop wasn't to just do the scene well. My agenda was to be memorable and to leave this casting director with language about me. Because if you think you're just going to stand out because you're doing great work, which is an excellent goal, and of course, you know, if you're not doing great work, then it's a completely wasted opportunity. But I've had a slightly bigger agenda than that. I knew I was going to do great work. That wasn't my concern. I wanted to make sure that Kim left the workshop with language about me. So when I introduced my scene, I deliberately mentioned that this was a scene from Elspeth that I had booked, not to brag, but to establish evidence, to start saying, this is my wheelhouse. This is a character type that I book a lot. And I call this character type the smart servant. Now she has a label. I will guarantee you, because I know that Kim had to make notes about last night, because next week she is going to assign scenes again based on what she saw from our character types from last night. So I can guarantee you that Kim's notes about me use the words smart servant. Those are my words. That's my label. That's my wheelhouse. That is a lane of character and acting where I feel undeniable. I can nail smart servant to the floor. It's, you know, not a particularly widely used character, but it's where I book. I have played the restaurant manager with the comeback, the head waiter who is warm and caring and intelligent and quippy. This is a character type that just keeps coming up for me. The evidence is there in my resume. So I created the label smart servant because that's where it fits for me. And I can see it in other projects. Like I remember, you know, I grew up on the movies of the 80s. And and I think about the butler in Trading Places, or the butler in Arthur, um, the the um, the butler Niles in The Nanny. These are roles where I go, I can nail that to the floor, right? So getting smart about your where you are undeniable, that's what I call your wheelhouse. And I think it's really helpful to put language to it, because I proved it last night. I put those words into Kim Misha's mouth, and that immediately makes me memorable. Not because my acting was awesome, but because I gave her a way to talk about me. Because casting directors are going to walk out of these workshops, they're not going to say, "Oh, the guy in the blue shirt." She's going to remember Smart Servant, right? Good morning, friends. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. We're discussing strategies that you can use in your acting career. Let me know what you're working on. Hey, Robert Hughes, thanks for being here. I appreciate your help and support. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career, so we can get into it. So in mentioning that this scene that I brought into this casting director workshop was a type that I call the smart servant, that I get booked in a lot. I was able to get in quite a lot of information for oh, YouTube, you're always so full of interesting choices. The YouTube comment section is always such an amazing place to be. Hi, Vamp. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Mama Teach. Hey, Neiman Disguise. Thanks for joining me. Robert Hughes is still here. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your help and support. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC, and we're getting into this casting director workshop that I participated in last night. So the fact that I went into this workshop with an agenda of trying to make sure that not only did I do a good job, but I also gave Kim Misha, industry veteran, language about me, so that her notes reflected what I wanted it to reflect. I also used the Q&A section at the end to further that agenda, to further that strategy. I didn't ask a generic question. I wanted to deepen her understanding of my other types. So I mentioned that I had other ones, because Smart Servant was the one I demonstrated. I also do boss with bite and what I call vulnerable dad. And she literally repeated the words vulnerable dad back to me. So I will not be surprised if, hey, Vamp, I'm in Bushwick right now in Brooklyn, New York. I will not be surprised if the scene that she assigns for me next week reflects either Smart Servant or vulnerable dad, because that's language that I have given her. So that repetition matters. It deepens the conversation about type, and I wanted to bring that up, and I brought it up in a way that I hoped would be helpful for the other actors in the room. Hey, YouTube. We are discussing a casting director workshop that I went to last night. This is for the actors. I brought up those types as a way of saying what's an effective way for us to communicate those types to. Thanks for being here, Vamp. Appreciate your help and support. I brought up those types as a way to help other actors see. And I asked the question, how can we communicate those types? Is it just through headshot? And Kim Misha's point, which I think is super valuable, is that this is where you can use clips on your Actors Access page and make sure that your agent uses those on Breakdown Express, which is the industry-facing side of Actors Access. Actors Access is the actor-facing side. Breakdown Express is the side that casting directors and agents and representatives use. So her suggestion was make sure that you have clips that identify that. And I think I'm going to change the language of my clips so that it says more specifically the type that I play in that clip. So it doesn't just say Elspeth, it says Elspeth dash smart servant, daddy's little meatball slash vulnerable dad. I don't think I have a clip up there that demonstrates boss with bite. So that's on me. And I also asked this because her suggestion was that if you don't have, clips from TV shows or films that you've done that reflect those types, then it's perfectly acceptable to have an audition in there that reflects that, because she has used those to cast people as well. Good information. It's not just, I'm not going to add an audition to my reel that I've put together, but I would add it as a clip that my agent can use to submit me, knowing that casting directors are fine with that. If Kim Misha is fine with that, I'm good to have it up there. It does not embarrass me, because I do also have the evidence there that I'm, regularly on television, right? And I mean, the thing with these casting director workshops is we pay a lot of money to go and do them. And I don't know if Kim will ever bring me in, but I do know this. If she ever needs a smart servant in one of her casting projects, she knows who I am now. That's success. That means I got my money's worth out of that casting director workshop. And I feel I left that casting director workshop feeling like I got exactly what I came for. And I think the strategy that I want you all to take with you: help the industry remember you accurately. Of course, you want to do a good job with your acting in these workshops, but raise the bar for yourself about what you can achieve in that environment. Because I will tell you that there were a lot of great actors, and there was a lot of good performances in the room. It wasn't just I didn't stand out because my performance was better than anybody else's. I stood out in that workshop because I went in with an agenda, which was to do a good job, but also to leave Kim with language about me that she can easily and quickly use. So getting in my smart servant label, my vulnerable dad label, and having her say those words and repeat them back to me means that I achieved my agenda of being memorable to her beyond that room. And I think that's today's coaching lesson. Help the industry remember you accurately. I work with my coaching clients to create these wheelhouse statements, these marketing labels for themselves, not for you, for everyone else. It's a communication tool, right? It's something that your reps can use when they pitch you. If my rep can say, smart servant is a type that Benjamin nails to the floor, and the evidence is there, that's, I book that role over and over again, then that's the purpose of it, right? Your job isn't just to give a great performance. Your job is to leave a clear memory of who you are. This is what I've been talking about all along. Clarity about who you are for this industry is your secret weapon. I know that I moved to America knowing that I can play a wide range of roles. The first job that I booked in America was summer stock down at Seaside Music Theater in Daytona Beach, Florida, which is not there anymore. but this is in the aughts. And the point was that they realized that they could use me in lots of different ways throughout that season, because we think we did 4 shows, 3 or 4 shows, can't remember now. But being having variety and being flexible, being able to uh, having range was important for that job. And I'm not saying don't have range, but I think the industry, the more you can help the industry use you, the better off you'll be. Get the industry to know you for one thing that you're amazing at, where you are undeniable, where you are useful, where you shine, where you're in your wheelhouse, where you feel great about the work that you're doing. Start there, be that. And then once casting directors know that they can rely on you for that thing, then you can start to open the door and say, hey, I also do this other thing. Being known for something specific is often what earns you the opportunity to show your range later. And I stand behind that. If you're looking for momentum in your career, help the industry move you forward by being amazing at something that they can pin on you and you can use to your advantage. I feel as though I would rather. Which scenario would you rather be in? Being amazing at a lot of different things, but not getting used, or being used for one thing and then having to find a way to show that you can be amazing at other things? I am a working actor, so I rely on the income to keep coming. So I am firmly of the belief that I would rather be pigeonholed for a little while and then look for ways that I can expand out of that. Because being pigeonholed means that you're getting used, you're getting seen, you're getting remembered, you're in the room. Let me know what you think about that. Come on, this is a one-sided conversation. I don't see a lot of you in here, and I want to know what you guys think. Hey, good morning. So I'd love to know what you guys think. What is that? Does that hello, my hi chick? Hi from Russia. Good. Thanks for joining me. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career today. I am. Let's see if we got over on. Oh, still the crazy comments from YouTube. I am working on. I'm developing more of my workshop today. I'm going to go back into making sure that the workshop that I create is interactive and engaging for the people who take it. So we're going to be using exercises that I developed that I use from my coaching clients, because I think I want that engagement. I really want people to get value from the coaching workshop that I'm putting together, probably in July. Let's see if I can pull all those resources together. So that's what I'm working on in my acting career today. What else do I have? I haven't heard back about the feature film yet, about whether I've been moved forward from the avail check, but I'm still excited about it. So, all right, friends, I'm gonna hit the road and get to work. Remember, wherever you are in your acting career, you got this. Keep going. I'll be right back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I'll see you then. All right, friends, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Let's do it again. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career today and give me a report about it tomorrow morning, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.